Low back pain and safe exercise. I'm chiropractor Kalla from Precision Spine Chiropractic in Singapore. I've been a chiropractor for a few decades now, and I've seen a lot of patients with low back problems. Are you listening? In this video, I want to share a few practical tips and safe exercises that you can do at home to get a strong core and support your lower back and spare you from low back problems. So the few things that I want to go through is no sit-ups. Sit-ups are very bad for your spine, and if you do enough of them, you will eventually have disc herniation or a slip disc, that is commonly called. So in laboratory tests for developing disc herniation, they actually put the spine in a small crunch machine and do about 100,000 sit-ups, and after that you will get a disc herniation. So please don't do any sit-ups. We're going to show you a much better and safer alternative for that. A few things we want to go through are: one, the landmine is a hardcore exercise for you that want to have a really strong, solid core. Then we're going to go through side bridge. Side bridge is a very gentle all-round, and that's my all-time favorite to give people with chronic low back problems. So I have had patients that have even taught them to their grandparents, and they started doing them, and they become pain-free in a matter of weeks. Okay. Then we're going to go through Birddog. It's primarily to strengthen the lower back extensors. Also a very safe exercise for you that have low back problems. And then we're going to do curl up. Curl up is the best alternative for a regular sit-up. This is the starting position for the side bridge exercise. So you want to support your elbow underneath your shoulder. If you're having any shoulder pains, you can actually support your shoulder with your arm holding the shoulder here. Try to put your hand here, otherwise on the side, to feel when your body is straight. Try to create a straight line between your knees, hip and shoulder. So you diagonally push your hip up and forward like this. And then you go downwards and back. Up and down. Up and down. I give a direct recommendation of doing 15 repetitions to each side, to left and right side, 3 times. Okay, and do that daily for the first 3 weeks. Here's the starting position for the Birddog. You start on all 4. So this is for the erector spinal muscles. What you can start at the basic level, extend your leg, all right? And then the right leg. Try to keep your body as balanced as possible, as stable as possible. Do not do like they do in fitness instructor yoga videos or whatever. Try to reach for the sky and arch your lower back. We don't want to do that. You want to keep your core solid, your lower back stable, and move the hip joint. This is a very good activation for erector spinal muscles in your lower back. You can make it harder by simultaneously lifting your arms and feet. If you have ankle or wrist weights, you can use them to make it even harder. So keep doing like this. Instead of regular sit-ups, what you want to do is something called the curl up. Keep your legs bent first, straighten one leg. Overlap your hands for your lower back. Place them in your lower back here. So you fixate in the lower back. Keep your one leg straight like this and the other one bent. So you fixate in your pelvis. Then you go up until your shoulder blades come off. And down. And up again. Notice that your lower back stays in a firm, same position all the time. So this doesn't jeopardize the discs. But you get very good activation of the stomach muscles. You can probably hear that from my voice. I feel some shaking. This is the starting position for the landmine. So be firmly on the ground. You take your feet wide apart, put your elbows on the ball, and then you're going to be stirring around like a pot, going to both directions. So I'm going to try to do this and make a few comments, but probably going to fail on that one. So keep your feet wide apart, keep your arms together, and try to stir the pot in a circle like this. You can feel. And here, it is very challenging. Try to do it both directions, like this. All right. The US Special Forces started doing these exercises, the ones that were returning from Afghanistan and preparing for the annual physical test. And half of them that got injured preparing for the annual physical test got injured doing the sit-ups for the low back problems. So they started doing the landmine instead, and they tested it, they split the groups. Half of them do the landmine, half of them do regular sit-ups for the test. People that did the landmine had 0 injuries, and they actually performed better in the annual physical test. So try this one out if you want to have a really hardcore exercise for your core.